Hello viewers and welcome back to the Dukascopy TV studio. I'm Ben Jones and joining us once again is Bruno Estier. Bruno, Happy New Year. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you, Ben.
Thank you very much. So with it being a new year, are we seeing a continuation from December? How's the year starting?
Well, it's interesting because the year has a very slow start for some of the equity markets which were very outperforming at the end of last year. So let's start with the early canary in the coal mine, if you wish, which might have announced what has happening on the first day of the year. The China's market. Here we have an ETF from the China market from American perspective, and we see that that market on a relative strength versus the S&P on the dotted black line or versus the emerging market in December has been moving down. And in the second half of December, after December 18, it has not been rebounding a lot. In fact, it has broken a rising trend line from July on the first day of the year. And it is nearing now a 50% Fibonacci retracement, which could be an important level if we would be moving below that.
Okay, so has this had an effect on the US market?
We see that, of course, it had no effect in December because it was the only market going down almost. At the time, the market, the S&P was outperforming, and since December 18 was making higher close every day until year end. And suddenly, from the top of the channel, okay, from 1850, we have one big down day on January 2nd. So far, it is nothing dramatic. It is just a pause in the uptrend, and we see that the price is above two different trend lines. The first trend line is the steepest one, which is coming from October and is going across the level of 1800, around that presently. The second one is a bit more significant because more medium term. This is the one on which the price of the S&P rebounded around 1768. And this is a key level. As long as the S&P remains above that, we are still on a pause and not starting a major correction.
Okay, so what has happened with Japan at the start of the year?
Well, Japan was outperforming even the S&P, of course, in November and December. And it has been moving up on the relative strength here that we see at the same time as the yen was weakening in orange. What's happened here is just we're getting closer to the upper part of the rising channel. And here it has also followed the S&P and started a little correction. But this correction should remain modest as long as we remain above the previous consolidation, and this consolidation is around 15,500, 15,700.
Okay, and finally, looking at gold, towards the end of last year, it was declining. So what's happening now?
Well, in fact, all the markets were moving up, and this one was moving down for a long time because it was moving down since August, relatively regularly, crossing an important level at 1275 in December and making new lows. Now, on the contrary to all over market, it managed to rebound at the same level as it had made a new low at 1180 in July. As this low was relatively important because it held for quite a few months, we suspect that the rebound here could also become important to validate itself. It needs, though, to continue to move up and move above this 1275, 1270 area. So we need still a little bit of patience to get some confirmation here to be totally out of trouble in gold. And probably we will have some confirmation with time for the next 2 weeks and price validating the pattern.
Bruno, thank you very much for coming in again.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
And thank you viewers for watching. Make sure you stay tuned to Dukascopy TV for more updates and exclusive interviews. But for now, goodbye.